Thank you for logging on to this Norwell High School sports broadcast brought to you by WellsCountyVoice.com, a division of the Voice Enterprises. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors you hear throughout the game, so be sure to visit their businesses and use their services as often as possible, and tell them thanks for their support. We encourage you to go to the games and support your local team, but when you just can't make it, we're here for you. Now it's time for the pregame show on WellsCountyVoice.com.
On the campus of Norwell High School in Ossian, Indiana, welcome to another production of Norwell Knights basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This afternoon, the 6-9 Wayne Generals take on the 11-6 Norwell Knights. Good afternoon, friends. This is Derek Decker bringing you the action live from the castle. My partner, Greg Van Meter, will be joining me shortly. As we preview this one, the Knights, of course, we mentioned coming in at 11-6, coming off a conference loss on the road to Columbia City by a score of 61-45, a game where they struggled to knock down shots, especially in the second half. They trailed by only 5 points going into the halftime break, but Columbia City was able to extend their lead from there after 22 points off the hands of Jordan Bechtold. He had an absolutely on-fire evening up at Columbia City. For the Generals of Wayne, they play a very daunting conference schedule as well as non-conference. Of course, coached by Aaron Rare, who's in his 7th year here at Wayne. They're coming off back-to-back losses on the road at Fort Wayne Northrop and Fort Wayne Lures. They've got some good wins, one notable win over the Blackhawk Christian so far this season, as this Generals team has got some high expectations. Coach Rare says this is not a rebuilding year anymore. He's done with those. He thought they were able to compete well last year in the very difficult Summit Athletic Conference. They've got a couple wins in the SAC already this year, a win over Concordia. They've played several teams very tough, including Snyder and New Haven, and Norwell looking to get back on their feet after that conference loss at Columbia City, Greg.
Yeah, that's right, Derek. And I'll tell you what, this Wayne team, way better.
Oh, yeah.
Way better than their record indicates, 6-9. I'm really anxious to see Young and Brooks for this squad. I've heard, obviously, two D1 talents on this squad, but they may be more than that. As Craig Young, who averaged 13 last year, as a freshman, has just been tearing it up this year for Coach Rare and the Wayne Generals. It should be a lot of fun to watch. And Keon Brooks, he's on every weekend on the highlight show for his dunks, let alone the rest of his play.
Yeah, that's right. I think Keon Brooks actually plays for North.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
But anyway, in any case, Craig Young is a guy who can drop 30 points in any given game. He has been a tremendous player as a sophomore. This team has some more young talent that graduated a little bit last year, but they've been even more competitive than they were last year in the SAC, and Coach Rare is always happy with the improvement this program's made over the past 7 years.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of, oh, my goodness. Is it Alexander? Yeah, I can't recall. But they've got another player that's slated to be a D1 talent. I know Craig Young is maybe I'm thinking of Craig Young on the highlight reels. Could be. But anyway, he's just a sophomore. And really looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah, we should have ourselves a good one again. Last year, of course, Norwell went up to Wayne and beat them 55-49 in overtime. It was a very good game, but we mentioned Wayne's rebuilding process last year. Coach Rare really bringing in some high expectations for this team this year, and they really haven't been blown out by hardly any teams. They've been quite competitive in a tough SAC.
Norwell certainly in the toughest part of their schedule right now here towards the latter third of the season. PA announcer Jamie Feldheiser currently reading the Sportsmanship Award. When we get to the national anthem, we'll take a break, as we're not allowed to broadcast that copyrighted material on YouTube. And then we'll be back for the starting lineups and the tip We'll do that in just a moment. Thanks for joining us on WellsCountyVoice.com. We'll be right back.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
Welcome back to the Castle. I'll tell you one thing I'm interested to see, Derek, as far as matchups in this basketball game, is if they guard the freshman Will Geiger with the sophomore Craig Young.
Yeah, that could create a very interesting matchup, as we'll listen to the starting lineups from Jamie Feldizer right now.
Starting at another guard, a 5'9" junior, number 5, Anthony Phillips. Starting at the other guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 10, Demario Lyle. Starting at a forward, a 6'5" sophomore, number 0, Craig Young. And starting at the other forward, a 6'2" junior, number 4, Shaquan Sanders. The head coach of the Wayne Generals is Mr. Aaron Rare. And now, Norwell fans, here is the starting lineup for your Norwell Knights. Starting at a guard, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Cody Shively. Starting at the other guard, a 6'1" junior, number 12, Luke Zenes. Starting at a forward, a 6' senior, number 15, Riley Stoffer. Starting at another forward, a 6'3" junior, number 20, Cole Wilson. And starting at the other forward, a 6'3" freshman, number 25, Will Geiger.
Once again, those starters for the visitors on the scoreboard. The Wayne Generals, it's Craig Young, Kylan Giroux, Damon Marlowe, Anthony Phillips, and Demaria Dial for head coach Aaron Rare. Coach Rare is 60-85 in his 7th year at Wayne. For Norwell, it's Cody Shively, Luke Zedes, Riley Stoffer, Cole Wilson, and Will Geiger for head coach Mike McBride. 11-6 in his first year at Norwell, 130 and 152 overall, and Norwell steals the tip. Nice job by Cody Shively as he's trapped in the corner. And boy, he stepped on the, Cody stepped on the end line. It's picked up by the official, and that'll be the first turnover on the Knights. And Derek, I think that's probably the area that Norwell's going to struggle with as much as any, is advancing the ball against Wayne's pressure defense. As Norwell starts out in a 2-3. That's the first I've seen them in a 2-3 all season. You've seen them more than I have, though. Is that something you're familiar with?
It's not. They don't run it very often. A couple possessions here and there, but as a general whole, they do not like to run a 2-3.
They do come up with a turnover, though, on Wayne's first possession, and Luke Zedes will bring it across the timeline, being guarded by Anthony Phillips. That's Wilson up top. You're going to see Wayne play man-to-man and try to trap out of it when they get advantageous positions. Cody Shively on the floater, and they're going to get Anthony Phillips with the blocking foul. Great body control there by Cody for the first basket of the game, and Norwell might have got a break on that call, Derek.
Yeah, kind of leaned in, but was able to knock down the shot anyway and give himself a chance for a three-point play.
Wayne in their baby blue uniform. Those uniforms have not changed much over the years. I remember playing Wayne back in the early 80s, and they wore very similar uniforms back then.
They're going to have to talk about who the foul was on.
Oh, it was on number 5.
Okay. Oh, actually, they were discussing whether that basket was going to count or not.
Okay. And they do count the basket. 2-0 on the scoreboard anyway. Shively buries his first free throw. Cody on the year hitting 86% from the free throw line. As Young inside with the headband. Can't get it to go. The rebound controlled by Geiger. And the Knights will head the other way. Craig Young listed at 6'5". Plays bigger than that, though. Can really get off his feet. Cole Wilson, nice pass underneath. Geiger can't get it to go. Geiger able to get an offensive rebound, though. And Cole Wilson short on the three-point attempt. That's a great feed by Wilson inside. Wayne trying to get on the scoreboard here. That's Young posted at the free throw line as they shift back and forth. Shively and Zetas up top on the 2-3. Riley Stauffer did a real good job there of flashing out on the shooter. That's Kylan Giroux on the wing as Craig Young gets the Generals on the scoreboard. Boy, he is an athlete and just a sophomore. Shively against the pressure, able to break it. In the corner, Zetas will drive. Tries to get it to Geiger. It will be Wayne basketball. That's the second turnover on the Knights. You probably talked about it already, Derek, but JV, Norwell's JV, losing by 17 to Wayne. And the freshman, we don't have a score on that one, huh?
No.
Short jumper by Giroux, bounds off the rim, and the Knights head the other way. I think you're going to see Wayne bring pressure after any points that they score. As they fall back into the man-to-man at the moment. And Cole Wilson steps on the sideline. That'll be the third turnover on the Knights.
Well, those are the turnovers that the Knights can't afford to have, the ones that aren't being forced by the Wayne defense. That was just kind of a silly play, and it turns it back over to the Generals.
Not much of a crowd here this afternoon at all. We didn't expect a big crowd for a 1:20 start.
Also a makeup game.
Yep. I think this game might have been rescheduled twice, as it was on the schedule early. Missing the shot inside was number 4, Damon Marlowe. And Young on the offensive rebound picks up his 4th point. They're going to call a foul here on Wayne. Giroux picks up his first. 4:43 left in this first quarter. As Giroux is guarding Cody Shively. Geiger tried to get it inside to Cole Wilson. Pass kicked out of bounds, and it'll remain Norwell's ball. Wilson inbounding for the Knights as Young kind of playing safety for Wayne. Finally, they get the inbound pass to Shively. Cody doing a good job of getting out of that with his left hand. Zetas, that's Geiger on the elbow. Geiger working on Young, forces it up. Young changed his shot. And that's going to be a difficult spot for Geiger to score, Derek, as he's at 10, 12 feet out. Young gets off his feet so well.
Yeah, that's not going to be the shot that Geiger's going to be taking today if he wishes to be successful. Underneath is where he's going to make his living.
Riley Stauffer picks up his first foul. That's the first on Norwell as well. Wayne with 2 here, about halfway through the first quarter. Wayne being pretty patient in their offense. There's the corner 3, no good, and Stauffer with good position pulls down the rebound.
Riley's one of the best on the team at getting good fundamental box outs, and that's why he grabs a lot of rebounds.
That was Dial with the three-point attempt for Wayne. Zettis open for three. Good. Luke Zettis knocks down his first shot, and we talked about the fact that his shot just looked a little out of sync the last couple of games. He released that one at the top of his jump, and nothing but net.
He's able to stroke one at Columbia City as well, so returning to better form. I talked to him a couple days after that game that we discussed it, and just thought his release was a little bit late, as we mentioned as well.
Giroux misses another three for Wayne. Maybe that's indicative of why Coach McBride is in a 2-3 zone. They're 0 for 2 from beyond the arc so far. Norwell with a 6-4 lead. 3:17 left in this first quarter. Walking it across, Anthony Phillips. Phillips and Giroux in the long sleeves for the Generals. Giroux with the move, gets it to go. Nice drive by Kylan Giroux. And that ties it up. Wayne in what looks like a 1-3-1 trap here. That's how you beat it. As Cole Wilson drives the baseline and is going to be fouled. I think that's going to be on Damon Marlowe. We'll check it. Yep. That's his first, team's third. Well, Jamie Feldheiser just said it was Shaquan Sanders. I don't think that's right. As Cole Wilson able to knock down his first. He announced Damon Marlowe as the starter wearing number 4. I think he just might have looked at the wrong line. Quickly the other way, Anthony Phillips off the missed free throw. Up top is Demaria Dial. And almost picked off by Luke Zettis. And it's a little bit physical in there. They're pushing around a little bit.
That's SAC basketball. That'll happen.
Yeah, and you know, you got to let that go.
Oh,
if you're not gaining an advantage, there's the baseline jumper, and Demaria Dial cashes his first 2 points of the day. Zettis into the front court and off the hands of Riley Stauffer. That's the 5th turnover already on the Knights with 2:02 left here in the first quarter.
Got to clean that up as we move forward.
Well, you've got to pass the ball firmly against Wayne's pressure defense as Kylan Giroux knocks down the first three for Wayne, and they've got a 4-point lead. And if you're not used to that quick pass, you can have trouble hanging on to it. As Luke Zettis goes right over top of Kylan Giroux. That'll be Luke's first foul, team's second. Giroux doing a good job of being set there in plenty of time. Phillips will bring it into the front court. This Wayne team awfully young. There's another 3 attempt from Giroux. This one off the far side of the rim. And Cody Shitley, who's not had the ball in his hands much to this point. He's only taken 1 shot. Made it and made it into a 3-point play. As that pass is picked off. And coast to coast is number 5, Anthony Phillips. Boy, great body control there by Phillips. He was flying to the other end. Cole Wilson picks up his first, and Phillips will have a chance for a 3-point play. Alexander into the Wayne lineup, and James Smith into Norwell's lineup. Luke Zettis takes a seat. Wow, did Phillips get down the floor in a hurry after that steal, Derek?
He sure did, and then kind of forced it up there. Falling away from the basket, was able to get it to go, but can't convert on the free one.
Smith will handle it up top for the Knights now. James has been a key reserve for this Knights squad. Started early when Will Geiger was injured, but he's been the first guy off the bench since Game 6. Riley Stauffer wide open for 3, no good. And the rebound on the floor, it'll be a jump ball. And it'll be Wayne's basketball. Alexander in for Wayne is a 6'5", very solidly built sophomore. They are so young. They've only got one senior on the squad, and that's Marlowe. Everybody else, sophomores and juniors. But they are going to be good in the SAC over the next couple of years. As they're just kind of being very patient against Norwell's 2-3. Young does not force the action at all, at least to this point. 2 of 3 from the field with 4 points. 11 seconds on the clock. Now there's a count on Phillips. In the corner, that's Giroux. Hits the 3 and is fouled on the play. Boy, that's a big turn of events for the Generals. Cole Wilson picks up his second. He'll be replaced by McMichael. Grant into the lineup for the Knights for the first time. 5.2 on the clock, so Norwell will have a chance to get a shot off here to end the first quarter, as it might be just smart to foul Wayne. Cody Shively into the front court, and I don't know if that's going to count or not. They say it does. I'll tell you what, I don't know that he got it off, but James Smith, that's a big shot for the Knights as it pulls them to within 6, and it ends the first quarter. Here at the Castle, it's Wayne 16, Norwell 10. We'll take a break and be right back.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Bloomin' Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Bloomin' Boutique.
Welcome back to the Castle. About set to start the second quarter. Norwell trailing by 6. Could have been a lot worse, as the official said that ball had left James Smith's hands prior to the buzzer, as Cody Shively whistled for a traveling call. That's 7 turnovers now on the Knights. Wayne with just 1. As Norwell was 3 of 7 from the field in that first quarter. And here's the difference. Wayne 7 of 13 in the first quarter. 6 more shot attempts as Wayne commits their second turnover. Bringing some full court pressure now. That looks like a man-to-man press that Wayne's running. Not a good spot to get caught there, although Norwell fortunate to get out of it. James Smith setting up the Norwell's offense, the Knights' offense, that is. Will Geiger's back in there, and no foul called. I believe that was a shot, wasn't it?
It was.
The other way quickly is Kylan Giroux. Kylan Giroux having a whale of a first half. And Smith gets it, well, trying to get it back from McMichael. Norwell doing a good job getting it into the half court. Cody Shively to the rim, and a foul's going to be called. I think it's going to go on Darius Alexander. That'll be his first, team's fourth, so each team now with 4 fouls. Number 3, Darian Causey checks in for Wayne as Demaria Dial takes a seat. The inbounds to Geiger short. Excellent pass. Will just couldn't get it to go. The floater inside by Phillips was no good. Foul on the rebound. It's going to go on the Knights. No, it'll go on Alexander. So Alexander picks up his second for the Generals. Wayne leading by 8 with 6:45 on the clock as Alexander takes his seat. He's replaced by Deontay Causey. Causey, another one of those sophomores, listed at 6'2". He's solidly put together as well. As that is another steal for Wayne. Quickly the other way is Phillips, and they'll retain possession after it's batted out of bounds. Wayne just a whole lot more athletic than Norwell is. It's for the Knights to win a game like this, they've got to shoot a high percentage and really take care of the basketball. And to this point, they've done really neither one of those things. 3 of 9 from the field and 8 turnovers. Inside, that's number 15, Causey, throwing it away, the third Generals turnover. Smith working inside as the Knights will reset with Stauffer. Wayne pretty active on defense. Smith trying to drive, no place to go. Stauffer will go baseline and travels. Yep.
The Knights got to stop committing turnovers. That's way too many, and they're really putting themselves out of this basketball game early, allowing Wayne to take a big lead with now, I think, double-digit turnovers or at least 9.
Well, Wayne is just playing at a different gear. They're that much faster than the Knights as they throw that away. There's a poor pass by number 3, Darian Causey, as Luke Zettis checks back in for the Knights, as well as Cole Wilson. McMichael and Smith take a seat. Well, Coach McBride told me last Saturday, prior to that night's game, that after watching Wayne's tapes, he felt like they'd have to score 70 points to have a chance of staying in a game with Wayne. And, I mean, this team hadn't scored 70 points this year, I don't believe.
Nope, 66 is their max. They've touched it twice.
That's Young spinning inside. Very unselfishly gives it up, but he gets the offensive rebound, and he'll go to the line. That was Phillips with the miss from beyond the arc. Foul called on Will Geiger. That's just his first, 15th foul. First time to the line for Young as he gets his first one to go. Demarie Dial back in for the Generals. Giroux is the leading scorer right now for Wayne as he's got 10. Young not able to knock down the pair, and it's a 9-point lead for the Generals. Shively, the elbow to Geiger. Shively's been pretty much shut down. There's Luke Zettis. That was a good-looking shot, though, from Luke. Again, at the peak of his jump, had a little air under it, and it rattled in and out. But that shot looked good, Derek.
Yeah, it did, and it was a good look as well. It came in the flow of the offense a little early in the possession, but that's all right. Came in the flow as the Knights are going to come up with the... Actually, it's not going to be a stop. It's going to stay with Wayne after the Norwell foul. It's going to be on Wilson, I think.
Yeah, that up in the air was Deontay Causey, and Cole just got stuck underneath, and that's 3 fouls on Cole. He'll have to take a seat as Grant McMichael checks back in. The inbounds pass to Young, right underneath, muscles it up and in. He just went right through Will Geiger on that play. That is a strong sophomore. He's got 7. McMichael. Yep. 10 count on the Knights. That'll be their 10th turnover here in the first half. Great defense by the Generals. Probably the correct term would be suffocating, as Norwell has created a ton of turnovers here in the first half. In the corner, that is Giroux, and Giroux strikes again. Norwell takes its first time out of the game. I believe it's a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here. Wayne starting to pull away early in this one, Derek.
Yeah, too many turnovers for Norwell, and it's giving Wayne some more shot opportunities. And when you take more shots, oftentimes you see that team win the basketball game. They're up 14 early.
To your point, Derek, Wayne's taken 20 shots from the field thus far, Norwell 11. So you're right on the money with that analysis. Norwell will have the basketball. I expect Wayne to keep some pressure on them at least through the rest of this half. There's 4:03 left in this second quarter. Yep, and there's Causey and Phillips in the backcourt. They're back to the zone trap now. The man-to-man trap actually seemed to be a little bit more effective for Wayne. McMichael caught on the sideline, able to get out of it. Good job by Grant. That's Geiger in the corner trying to drive. Leans up and in and gets it to go. Will Geiger able to get his first basket of the afternoon. The Knights cut Wayne's lead to 12. It's been a long time since Norwell hasn't lost to Wayne in a while as Brandon Nicholson checks in. Over the last 30 years, this series is tied 17 apiece. However, Norwell has gotten the better of Wayne over the last 7-8 years or so. From the wing, that was Causey with the miss, but Wayne again able to pull down another offensive rebound. Norwell just getting really out-rebounded to this point. A whistle, that'll be a foul on Craig Young. That's his first foul of the afternoon. Young wearing 0. You don't see that too often, especially in high school basketball. Most of the time they don't even issue a jersey with a 0 on it. Zetas able to get it into Nicholson. And Norwell across the timeline. Cody Shively to the elbow, had the shot, didn't take it. Now Luke Zetas in and out. No good, and the rebound controlled by Wayne. Another good look for Luke. Craig Young heads the other way. He'll set up the Wayne offense on the baseline. That's Causey. Causey can't get it to go. Young with an attempt as well on the offensive rebound. And Norwell comes out of there with it. Boy, a couple point-blank misses there for Wayne. Shively with the medium-range jumper, no good, and Young with a strong rebound. Up ahead as Young gets it back from Causey. Boy, unselfish break there by Wayne. Causey certainly had a good look. Gave it up instead. Nicholson on the wing underneath Will Geiger, up and in. Geiger doing a good job of finding open space. It remains a 12-point lead for Wayne. Norwell staying in that 2-3 zone. Brandon Nicholson in the middle of the back of that zone. The 6'5 junior. As on the baseline, good kick out to Phillips, and that wasn't particularly close. However, pulling down the rebound was Causey. Boy, Causey's been active since he came off the bench for Wayne. Tries to drive on Shively, and Causey with his first two. A minute left in this first half. That's Zetas into the front court. Able to break the trap. Now Stauffer in a trap. Gives it up, and a foul's going to be called on Wayne. Norwell might have caught a break on that one, Derek.
I think you're right. It'll send Norwell to the line for the 1 and bonus.
Foul is called on Phillips. That'll be his second. Team's 7th. Shaquan Sanders now in for, well, he keeps calling. Maybe they're wearing different numbers. But Wayne, okay. Shaquan Sanders wearing number 4, I guess. Stauffer not able to knock down the front end, so I apologize for the mix-up. We'll make that change in the scoring. So wearing number 23 then must be Damon Marlowe. I could have swore he said Damon Marlowe started. But I've got old ears. 20 seconds left in this second quarter. Wayne up by 14, and they're content to wait for a last shot here to end the half.
This is going to be a really bad offensive half of basketball for Norwell. Just too many turnovers to contend with Wayne to this point.
That's Craig Young with 4 seconds. He's a long way from the basket. Gives it up, and a wide open 3 by Causey was missed. Boy, that was an awfully good look to end the quarter for Wayne. At the buzzer, it's Norwell trailing by 14, 28-14. We'll take a break, do some figuring, and be back with your halftime show after these words.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is now open at Timber Ridge Golf Course, 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton, and it's bigger and better than ever. You can enjoy the same fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Reservations are recommended by calling 260-353-1360. Everyone is welcome at T.W. Fable.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair with our specialty being restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, prong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Aussie and Do It Best Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your home repair needs, featuring Valspar paints. They have propane refill, screen repair, and a complete rental center, along with a large selection of home improvement items, from electrical and plumbing supplies down to the nuts and bolts you need. Summer has been beautiful this year, but it's time to start thinking about the fall projects that need done around the house. Visit Aussie and Do It Best on Hirely Drive, just off Highway 1 in Ossian.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
'Twas the month after Christmas, and all through your homes were the remnants of cookies and candies and scones. You ate so much sugar it made you feel crummy, and you can't fit any more in your overstuffed tummy. Plus, you've been running on empty to get everything done, and to exercise now doesn't sound like much fun.
Could this be your post-holiday anthem? The cooking, the wrapping, the running, the sleep deprivation. You've spent the last couple of months worrying about everyone else. It's time to focus on you with a membership to the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne. The YMCA provides physical and social enrichment through family-friendly programs. Whether you're taking a group exercise class, learning a new language, connecting with friends, improving your health and well-being, or participating in family outings with the Y. Start the new year on a healthy, active foot for you and your family. To find out more, go to fwymca.org and request a one-day pass from any Y in Allen, Whitley, and Wells County so you can try the Y for yourself.
And welcome back to the Castle, where this afternoon Wayne leads 28-14 over the Knights of Norwell, and Greg, the entire story has been turnovers and more shot attempts for Wayne.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Derek. Wayne getting off 28 attempts to Norwell's 15. And actually, Norwell very fortunate to this point. If Wayne was shooting the percentages that they could be with some of the point-blank looks and putbacks that they've had, this could be really ugly here at halftime.
Yeah, that's right. And be down 14. You think about the 3 at the buzzer from James Smith and how
that
big that is.
Yeah.
14's still within striking distance, but they're going to have to clean up the turnovers and be able to play at the pace that Wayne wants to play at, because I think that the Knights are going to find it hard to be really patient on offense tonight.
Yeah, and I don't see the Wayne Generals backing off the pressure at all. I mean, they're used to playing 32 minutes of pressure defense every night of the week in the SAC, and that's just part of the DNA when it comes to those city schools.
Yeah, they're in really good shape and can outrun a lot of teams. They've had a couple baskets in transition where they've just flat out beaten Norwell down the floor. One of them was an and one. This is going to be a tough Wayne team to stop here in the second half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, here's some stats for you from the first half. Wayne, 12 of 28 from the field. That's 43%. They were 3 of 10 from beyond the arc for 30%, and 1 of 4 from the free throw line for 25%. They also committed just 4 turnovers as a team, really doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. Of course, Norwell in a 2-3 zone for the entirety of the first half with no pressure put on. It makes it a little bit easier to take care of the basketball and reduce those turnovers. Individually for Wayne, Kylan Giroux leading the way with 13 points. He was 5 of 8 from the field and with 3 3-pointers. So Giroux also missed a free throw. Very good half for him in the first half. He's a junior for the Generals. Right behind him, Craig Young, the sophomore, with 9 in the first half. He was 4 of 9 from the field and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Also chipping in with 2 points apiece was Darian Causey, Anthony Phillips, and Demaria Dial. Dial was 1 of 2 from the field. Phillips 1 of 4 and missed a free throw. Causey was 1 of 4. And other activity, Shaquan Sanders missed his lone field goal attempt. For Norwell, they were 5 of 15, got off just 15 shots in the first half. And I don't know that they had an offensive rebound in the first half either. As Wayne doing a great job of getting second, third, and sometimes even fourth looks on their end. For the Knights beyond the arc, they were 2 of 6, right at 33%. Not a bad percentage at all. And then from the free throw line, just 2 of 4. So the referee certainly letting them play just 8 free throw attempts in the first half. And frankly, that's a lot more fun to watch from our perspective and the fans' perspective. Scoring for the Knights, it was pretty spread out considering they only had 14 points in the first half. Will Geiger had 4 on 2 of 6 shooting with 3 apiece. Cody Shively, who was 1 of 2 with a free throw. Luke Zetas was 1 of 3. And James Smith hit the only shot he took to end the first quarter. Cole Wilson also hit a free throw for the Knights and was 0 of 1 from the field. Riley Stauffer was 0 of 2 from the field and missed a free throw as well. So not a lot of offensive activity for the Knights in the first half. They did a good job overall of getting, except for the 10-second call. I think that was the only turnover they had in the backcourt. However, 10 turnovers in the front court, several of them coming out of the trap, others just caused by Wayne's pressure, certainly on the baseline.
Now, the only other time we've seen Norwell turn the ball over the entire season at this clip was at Bishop Dwinger's second game of the year. Turned it over 28 times. Hopefully that won't be the case here. I think they're doing a nice job of breaking the backcourt press.
Yeah.
At times it's been man, at times it's been zone. They're doing a good job, as they have the entire year. The difference is Wayne is a lot quicker than other teams at getting back and settling into their man defense.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And it's causing issues for Norwell.
It really is. We've got a couple of minutes here before we start the second half. We'll use it to take a real quick break and be back with second half action after these words on WellsCountyVoice.com.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you: your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
Welcome back to the Castle. Along with Derek Decker, this is Greg Van Meter. The Knights trailing by 14 as we get set to start the second half. If you can't get out to the gym tonight, and we'd love to see you here for a 7:30 sectional championship. The girls trying for their 7th in a row this evening. If you can't make it, join us on WellsCountyVoice.com. We'll bring you all the action. Derek, that should be a dandy ball game.
Yeah, it should. Columbia City took care of business against Heritage last night. Fantastic crowd last night as well.
Yeah.
Especially for that first game with Norwell and Belmont. It's unfortunate to see Belmont's season end. They played really well this season, but we talked about it last night, that program going in the right direction as well.
Sure.
But I think if all things go as planned, I think Norwell probably wins a close one tonight and heads back to its 7th consecutive regional in a row.
Yeah, and Columbia City, a much better team than they were when Norwell beat them.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier in the season.
Especially on the offensive end. I've noticed
Martinez was really good last night.
Now, key's going to be Carly Mabey went out late in the third quarter, maybe early in the fourth, with a knee injury, so we'll see how that plays into tonight's game.
As Norwell somehow leaves Dial wide open from the left wing, and he starts off the scoring here in the second half with a 3 for the Generals. Well, I mean, they just ran away from him as they keep the pressure on underneath. Cole Wilson with the 2. Nice find by Will Geiger, and that's the first field goal for Cole in this one. Norwell staying in the 2-3. Young with the elbow jumper, no good. Rebound controlled by Stauffer. Young not shooting a real high percentage. He's 4 of 10 now from the field. That's the furthest shot, though, he's taken this afternoon from the basket, that is. Shively trying to drive and blocked by Young. Coming out of there with it was Phillips. That's going to be a foul on Cody Shively.
Yeah, he dove on the floor. He was going for the ball, but just kind of undercut him.
Yeah.
And is going to draw the foul call.
That's his first of the second half on either team. Cody's only taken 3 shots this afternoon.
That's very unusual.
Yeah. Although he's patient, I mean, when he's got pressure on him, but Wayne not paying particularly strong attention to him, as he's been face guarded a number of times this year by especially conference teams. Wide open again. Dial misses this one, and the rebound, though, is controlled by Wayne. On the miss there was Phillips. Young pulled down the rebound and commits the foul. So that'll be his second. First on Wayne here in the second half. Geiger in the backcourt trying to help out the guards as Norwell able to get it into the front court. Shively, as they move the basketball, Cole Wilson gets open inside, blocked, and a foul's going to be called on number 1, Kylan Giroux. Whew.
Delayed call by the outside official, and Wayne's not real happy with that, and they've got a legitimate gripe.
They do. Wilson will go to the line to shoot a pair, and Cole not able to get it to go. He'll get another attempt. Norwell with a couple of field goal attempts already in this second half. A little quicker pace than what they had in the first half. As we mentioned, the turnovers really piled up on them early on. How many times did you say they gave it up in that game early in the season?
28.
Yeah, so I think they're certainly on a better pace than they would have been in that game with 10 in the first half. Young, nice kick out. That's Dial again. Dial, no good, as he's going to foul Cole Wilson.
Yeah, in that game, as I recall, they turned it over almost every other possession, and they only lost by 10 points.
Yeah.
They were actually had tied that game, took the lead, in the third quarter and was very much in that game despite 28 turnovers.
Norwell doing a great job of breaking the press on that play. Wilson able to get to the rim, and Cole with 5 already here in the second half, 6 for the game. That's going to be a kick on Cody Shively. It'll remain Wayne's basketball. 5:26 left here in this third quarter. Dial keying it in, as Young will come all the way out to half court to take the inbounds pass. Dial had Cole Wilson beat, but Geiger did a good job of stepping back on defense. That'll be a traveling call on the Generals. Their first turnover of the second half, 5 for the game. Norwell down just 11 right now.
First chance to cut it under single digits in quite a while.
Quite a while. They were down 16-10 at the end of the first quarter. And it was all Wayne in that second quarter, with Norwell only scoring 4 points. Geiger muscling his way in, blocked by Young. And boy, he's not going to be able to force it inside. Nice steal there by Luke Zettis. Norwell heads the other way. Wilson gets to the rim. Good strong play there by Cole Wilson.
It's down to 9. This game is certainly not over yet. And here comes Coach Herrera going to take a timeout.
30-21 here with 4:44 left in the third quarter. It is a full timeout, so we'll take it along with Coach Herrera and be right back.
Located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the University of St. Francis is a private Catholic university enrolling 2,300 students in majors ranging from the liberal arts to the creative arts to the health services. Small class sizes, personal attention, and the freedom to explore your options. A USF education has a lot to offer. Visit their beautiful campus and see for yourself how you can be a part of the University of St. Francis. Visit usf.edu to learn more about the University of St. Francis.
Well, here in the second half for the Knights, it's Cole Wilson 7, Wayne 2, as Cole with all of Norwell's points to this point. He's taken 3 shots. The rest of the Knights have taken 2.
Chance to cut it to 8 points here with the free throw as well, and Cole's been that spark. Taking it aggressive to the rim, being able to score and finish has been the key for Norwell earlier in the second half.
Yeah, they've been much more aggressive trying to get to the rim as opposed to the first half. The Generals now with 4 team fouls already here in the second half. That last one called on Demaria Dial, and Wilson able to convert the 3-point play. Scoring change. Demaria's Dial's basket was a 2, not a 3, as he must have had a toe on the line. Norwell staying in that 2-3 zone, trying to be very active. They've allowed Wayne to shoot the wing threes, as Cole Wilson tried to draw the foul. Giroux, however, able to regain his balance and knock down the 15-footer. And the Generals now have gone to a 1-3-1 trapping defense. Wilson tries to drive. It's taken away from him, and that's Norwell's first turnover of the second half. Craig Young the other way.
That didn't take long to get back over 10 points.
No, it did not. As Wayne, this is the first Norwell's seen this 1-3-1. Wilson's going to be fouled.
That might be key to getting back in this one as well. Wayne already with 5 team fouls just over halfway through this third quarter. If Norwell's able to knock down some free throws, they could potentially work their way back into this one.
And that was called on Giroux, his third. He's replaced by Darian Causey. Giroux with 15 points in this basketball game. He leads all scorers to this point. 3:35 left in this third quarter. Cody Shively goes inside to Geiger. Cody might have had a chance at a 3-ball there. Stauffer trapped in the corner, gives it up. Geiger travels. Yep.
Yeah, well, the issue with that, before that, pass, Stauffer held on to it too long.
Yeah.
And in a trap, you just cannot hold on to the basketball that long. You got to keep moving and making the defense work.
Well, somebody's got to be open if you're being guarded by two people, and you got to try to immediately find that open player. Wayne swinging it around the Norwell defense. Up top is Phillips, kind of directing things. Phillips not a threat to shoot. On the wing, that was Dial with the miss. Norwell able to pull down the defensive rebound. Dial's missed his last 3 shots. As Cody Shively with a little step back 3, well short. Rebound controlled by Wayne, and they'll head the other way. That's Causey giving it up. A little sloppy play there by the Generals, and Luke Zettis' shot is blocked. He's going to go to the line, though, as he was fouled by the player underneath. Phillips picks up his third. And Wayne getting into some foul trouble here, Derek. They've got 16 fouls already.
That's a problem if you're a General fan. It's an open door for Norwell to work back into it.
Zettis good on his first free throw. That's his 4th point of the game.
Luke struggled a little bit from the line as well, though he hasn't had too many attempts.
Yeah, I was going to say, he really has not been to the line much at all. Those were his 9th and 10th attempts of the year, hitting 1 for 2. Craig Young bringing the ball up. That's the second time he's done that.
Yeah, Craig can do it all. He's a very capable player, and that's why he'll be playing at the next level in a few years.
Yeah, he'll be playing probably a wing at 6'5". If he improves his shot, there's the jumper in and out, no good. He's not shot well from anywhere besides at the rim today. James Smith will check back in for the Knights, replacing Zettis. Wayne with the basketball underneath their own goal. 2:05 left in this third quarter. There's Young at the elbow. The kick back inside. Oh, good kick out to a wide open Phillips.
Tremendous ball movement on that possession for Wayne. It puts him up 14.
Phillips knocks down his first 3 attempt of the game. He was 0 for 2 to that point. As the Knights trying to find some room against this Wayne defense. Wayne really recovering well out of his zone, and that's going to be a blocking foul called on the Generals. I think it's going to go on Phillips, but we'll have to check it.
That will put the Knights in the bonus.
That's his 4th foul, as Cole Wilson goes back to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus. Causey back in for the Generals, as well as number 10, Andrew Rhodes. Phillips takes a seat. Phillips really the point guard for Wayne. He's handled the ball almost exclusively for the Generals. Cole Wilson having a heck of a second half. He just scores his 10th point of the half and 11th for the game. Under 1.5 minutes left in this third quarter, as the Generals really finding the open man. Craig Young blocked by Geiger. Young gets the rebound, though, and scores.
There's a technical.
What did he do, hang on the rim?
Well, he just jumped up and grabbed the rim. That's quick, T. That's quick. Yeah, I disagree with that one. It kind of looked like the official was waiting to call that the entire game. I mean, as soon as he touched the rim, it was a quick tee.
Well, that also counts as a personal foul against Craig Young. Cody Shively will go to the line for a pair of free throws. Now, the Knights would have had the basketball anyway on the make. And Shively not able to hit the second one. As we mentioned, Cody hitting 86% on the year. 2 of 3 so far tonight. 1:15 left here in the third. The Knights trailing by 13. Boy, that was a really odd call. he didn't even grab the rim.
No, he just kind of touched it.
Just kind of tapped it.
Yeah, and it did move, but boy, that's a tough call.
That's 8 personal fouls, and Geiger loses the basketball. It'll be a timeout called by Wayne. Good, very smart play on the floor. That's their second timeout. I'm guessing it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. An even minute left in this third quarter, and outside of Cole Wilson, the Knights really struggling for offense to this point.
Yep, just 26 points. It was a concern at Columbia City. I thought they got really good looks at Columbia City, just did not shoot a good percentage at all, and the Eagles were knocking them down. So that eliminated Norwell from conference contention. Of course, New Haven and Huntington North be playing today. That'll be for the conference,
right?
Because those two teams playing at 2:45. They're both in sole possession of co-leaders of the conference. Both without a loss. Everybody else has got at least 2.
Yeah, that game was a reschedule as well. Typically, there's no boys' games on sectional championship Saturday for the girls.
There are plenty of them today.
Boy, Norwell's going to bring some pressure. I'm a little nervous for the Knights here, although they created turnover right off the bat. That's Cole Wilson in the corner. He has been the man for the Knights so far here in the second half. Shively can't get the floater to go, and a foul's going to be called on Norwell.
The problem has been for Norwell, when they're missing, they're not getting any offensive rebounds. I mean, I can only think of 1 or 2 the entire game.
Well, bad news for the Knights. That foul was called on Cole Wilson. It's his 4th. Luke Zettis checks back in for Cole. Cole with 10 points here in the second half. Norwell's only scored 12. Some pressure from the Knights as, oh my goodness, that's one of the quickest 10-second calls you're going to see. That'll be Wayne's 5th turnover in the second half. They only had 4 in the first half in its entirety. Coach Rare asking the official about it, and he said, I know what he said, only 8 seconds went off the clock.
Yeah, that's true. That was extremely quick.
26 seconds left here in the third quarter. That's Stauffer with the basketball. Smith tries to get inside and throws it away.
Yeah, I'd like to see Smith pop that 3 coming off the curl instead of taking it in and turning it over.
That was Alexander with the steal. He's in the game for the Generals. Inside pass to Causey. Causey with a great move. However, they say the foul is prior to the shot. Stauffer picks up his second, 3rd on Norwell with 2.9 on the clock. That's Dial inbounding. Alexander will get to the rim and score at the buzzer. Boy, that was too easy for Darius Alexander. He gets his first 2 of the game, and that ends the third quarter. Norwell trailing by 15. We'll take a break and be back after these words from our sponsors.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium 1-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
The $5 flavor menu is now available from your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton. To place an order, call 824-5701 or order online at pizzahut.com.
Welcome back to the Castle. Norwell with the basketball to start this fourth quarter, trailing by 15.
Yeah, the Knights have just never been in this game at all. They've kept Wayne from extending their lead, but they just haven't been able to claw their way back into it.
Well, a lot of that is the fact that Wayne has not been able to hit shots. especially on offensive rebounds. They've had a ton of them. Geiger has it taken away from him. That's the 5th turnover of the second half. And Cody Shively is going to be called for his second foul on the run. Norwell with 22 field goal attempts in this one. Wayne, on the other hand, with 41, almost doubling the field goal attempts of Norwell. That's Causey with the basketball up top. Young back in there for Wayne to start this fourth quarter, as is Giroux. Giroux's got 3 fouls, and the Generals turn it over. Shively leaves it for Smith with a long 3, no good. Pulling down the rebound was Causey. For James, just his second shot attempt of the game. He hit that 3 to end the first quarter. Young out beyond the arc now. That's the first time he's been out there. Causey underneath. Boy, is that a strong move by Deontay Causey for his first basket of the game. Man, he just bowled his way through a couple of Norwell defenders underneath. And just a sophomore, Smith will try to drive. He's stripped, and Wayne will head the other way. Craig Young on the break, and for Young, that's his 6th point of the second half. 6:30 left in this one. It's been all Wayne pretty much from the outset, Derek. I mean, Norwell turns it over again. 17th of the game as Cole Wilson's going to check back in with 4 fouls, as is Brandon Nicholson and Grant McMichael. They're out there with Cody Shively and Will Geiger.
Well, we're really going to start to see what Norwell's made of, coming off of 2 losses, and either one of them is going to be close.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how Norwell responds to that. Haven't faced a lot of that adversity in the season so far. As reaching over the back was Grant McMichael, and he's going to pick up the foul.
Well, the reality is outside of the SAC, there's not a lot of great teams in the area this year. It's just kind of a down year, as missing that shot was Giroux. I think he was inside the arc. I didn't see the official's hand go up. Wilson into the lane. Tapped out of bounds. It'll remain Norwell's basketball. Shively handling it for the Knights. He didn't handle it up top a lot in the first half. It was primarily Zetas out there, but with Zetas on the bench, Geiger will shoot the 12-footer. It is short, and Wayne will head the other way. Will 2 of 8 from the field, and he's been really frustrated inside. Another turnover on the Generals, and it's taken right back by Wayne. Up ahead with the basket is Demaria Dials. That's 4 for Dials in the second half. It's thrown into the backcourt. That'll be another turnover on the Knights. Their 19th of the game. Had 10 in the first half and 9 here in the second half so far.
This is probably the most Norwell struggled all season long, coming in at 11-6.
Well, don't you think this is probably the most athletic team they've seen this year?
Not even close. Merrillville was not as good as they were last year, although they handled Norwell well, too.
Craig Young's going to go to the line. The foul called on Shively, his 3rd. Young with 15 points as he heads to the line here for just the 3rd time of the game. That's a pretty good-looking free throw, Derek.
That's right. And just thinking about Wayne, a lot of the Fort Wayne media outlets suggesting that Wayne may contend for an SAC title next year, and I can certainly see how that would be possible.
Absolutely. Northside, of course, will still be really good next year. Northrop will be improved next year as well. Homestead, hard to tell with Homestead. When you got 3,200 kids, you can pretty much reload. Carroll will be better next year as well in the SAC. Cole Wilson trying to drive. He's fouled and scores. Cole Wilson with a tremendous second half. Norwell has scored, 14 points in the second half. Cole Wilson's got 12 of them. Make it 13. Wilson really playing well, and he's got 4 fouls, so he's got to be careful out there. He's guarding the ball right now. That's Causey underneath. And the other Causey couldn't hit the shot. It's Darian Causey, who's the guard. Deontay Causey's the forward. As McMichael picks up his second. Giroux.
By the way, that's
go to the line.
That's a really tough assignment down low for Brandon Nicholson.
Yeah, it is.
He is kind of getting thrown in the blender down there, and he's doing a pretty good job so far. He's really given the Knights some solid minutes over the past 4 or 5 games.
Giroux misses his second. That's the one thing that Wayne does not do a particularly good job of it, and that's hitting free throws. They were 1 for 4 in the first half. McMichael being guarded by Giroux. Wilson able to go get the basketball. Really got off his feet there to catch that pass. Shively on the kick to Nicholson. That's not where Brandon wants to get the ball as Shively launches a 3. And for Cody, that's his first 3 of the ball game. He's got a total of 7 points now. Bringing it up is Darian Causey against Wilson, and Wilson's going to foul out. So Cole, his star burned brightly, but not for long, as he will foul out with 3:45 left in this one. Riley Stauffer will check back in.
Well, that was a really difficult position for Cole to be in. It was either give up the drive because he was going to score on that play, or try to stop him and pick up a foul.
To the line is Causey. He is able to knock down the first one. Wilson leaves with 14 points to his credit. He's the leading scorer for the Knights. And Norwell breaches the free throw lane, so it'll be another attempt for Darian Causey.
Yeah, mistake blown by the underneath official. He actually blew his whistle. Shouldn't
quickly,
happen.
Didn't he?
Well, it shouldn't happen. If it's on the defense, you just let that go and see if he misses, but it didn't go in anyway.
Wayne now with a 19-point lead. Yeah, you're right. He did blow the whistle. Geiger trying to work his way inside. Blocked again by Young, but right there for the putback was Brandon Nicholson. His first shot and first points of the game.
Well, it's interesting how scoring goes in high school basketball.
It's going to be another foul on the Knights. I think it's on Stauffer.
Sometimes you see this game is not going to be really high scoring, but the pace has been very up and down, very quick. Whereas you see other games could be slower pace, but both teams execute well on offense and shoot well, and you get more towards the 60 and 70-point basketball games.
Causey now 3 for 3 from the line in the second half. And re-entering for the Generals, Anthony Phillips. He's got 4 fouls. He's been on the bench for quite a while. Giroux takes a seat. Causey's second free throw, also good. He's got a nice stroke. And the Generals lead back up to 19 with 3:19 on the clock. Stauffer being guarded by Dial. Dial really getting after him. As Shively with another 3 off the curl, buries it. The high arcing 3. Able to get it off over a defender, and Cody starting to heat up. He's got 7 in the second half, 10 for the game. Those are the first 2 3. Well, no, I take that back. He missed a 3 in the third quarter. That's Causey off, and Shively pulls down the rebound. Timeout is called by Wayne on kind of a broken play there. Coach Rare asks for a full timeout. We'll take it along with him and be right back on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Bluffton Tire, you know where they're located, across the street from Bummy's, right at the entrance to the 4-H park, has been serving Wells County for over 50 years. Bluffton Tire needs to be the first stop for brakes, struts, front-end alignment, and offers over 20 different brands of tires. Stop by and see Kerry Jennis today or visit online at BlufftonTire.com for online specials and coupons. Bluffton Tire is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hi, this is Kerry Jennis at Bluffton Tire, and we'll keep you going.
Costly misconceptions about collision repair. Brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance company is responsible for selecting the shop to repair your vehicle.
False. Insurance agents and adjusters have no authority in telling you where to have your vehicle repaired. It's your investment and responsibility to select a competent collision repair facility.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrensbodyshop.com.
Go. Now we got the scoring straightened out here. Wayne with the basketball, leading by 16. Cole Wilson, who had a tremendous second half, unfortunately it didn't last long enough for the Knights. He fouled out and is on the bench. Norwell in a man-to-man defense now. They'd been in a 2-3 zone most of the night. From the corner, that was Dial and Brandon Nicholson pulling down a strong rebound. And Cody Shively.
Wow.
I think the referees must have been surprised by that move as Cody definitely traveled. I mean, he jumped 6 feet.
Oh, yeah, and took 2 more steps after that before getting to the basket. Oh, man.
Yeah, look at Gauzy saying, dude, that's traveling. Unfortunately, Cody picks up his 4th foul.
I can't believe he got away with that.
I can't either. I think it just surprised the officials as it's the 10th foul on the night. Knocking down the first one, Demaria Dial. And most of the fans just chuckling about that play.
Yeah, I heard one comment, are we playing hopscotch?
Brandon Nicholson pulling down the missed free throw. Under 2 minutes left in this one. Shively with the basketball. As he went in the air, I'm thinking he better get rid of that.
Yeah.
And he's stripped this time. However, Phillips stepped on the line. That'll be a turnover, or that'll give it back to Norwell as Alexander, Rhodes, and Sanders all check back in for the Generals. Geiger underneath and able to get it to go.
Well, Geiger able to clear a little bit of space there and go up strong to the basket with the right hand and cut it to 13.
Phillips across the line. Norwell chasing the basketball a little bit as McMichael's up top with Stauffer. Dial, nice pass to Alexander underneath. It's number 10. Rhodes blocked by Geiger. Good block by Will. Minute 10 left here. Shively will be fouled on the drive. And that'll put both teams into the double bonus as Dial picks up his third. Excuse me, that's 4 on Dial. Cody Shively will shoot a pair. Cody with just 4 points heading into the fourth quarter. Checking in for Norwell will be Robert Kittleson. Kittleson has not seen a lot of playing time for the Knights.
He has knocked down a few threes, though. Banked one in against Northfield. That was last week.
A couple of them. As Shively not able to knock down the second free throw, but chasing down the rebound was Kittleson. Underneath, it's Will Geiger. And the Knights cut it to 10. A little pressure on the ball here. Phillips up top. Looking for help. Breaks the pressure and throws it away. Brandon Nicholson with the steal. Knights will head the other way as Robert Kittleson travels.
Well, the Knights have done a real nice job playing at the end here, being
Well,
down a lot.
Yeah.
But
that's why it's called garbage time, Derek.
That's right.
38 seconds left as Phillips into the front court. Craig Young on the bench. Really, all the starters are on the bench for Wayne. And Wayne calls a timeout. That'll be the fourth one they've called. Coach checking to see what he's got left. It'll be a full timeout for Wayne. 26.3 on the clock. Norwell down by 10. We'll take a break and be right back.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult youth double leagues with one adult and one child per team, or two youth may make a team, and a youth league for ages 4 to 19 starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every game. The Bowling Center in Bluffton, located at 1231 South Scott Street. For complete details, visit bowlbluffton.com, and don't forget about Friday Fun from 12 to 6, only $1 per game and 50-cent shoes and a smoke-free environment. bowlbluffton.com, bowlbluffton.com.
Welcome back to the Castle. 26.3 seconds left in this one. Wayne will have the basketball as they came up with the loose ball there on the sideline. And that's the second time they've done this in this game where they've called that timeout on the floor. You don't see those too much anymore. Typically, they're granted to the bench.
That one was called by Coach Ray.
It was called by the coach? Okay.
The first one was not. First
I thought
one,
he pointed to the player.
In the corner was called by the player.
Wayne obviously does not need to score here as it's thrown away. Will Geiger will head the other way. He traveled, no call, and his shot was blocked. I think it's going to be a foul on the Knights.
It's going to be on Geiger, and we'll go to the other end to shoot free throws.
Geiger with his second. Nope, they called on Nicholson. So Brandon picks up his first. Both teams shooting 20.2 left on the clock. Anthony Phillips will go to the line. He missed his first free throw all the way back in the first quarter and knocks this one down. Well, this game is really not going to have a huge difference on the scoreboard, but this game was absolutely dominated by the Generals as Phillips able to get a couple of free throws to go. Phillips, the only starter left on the floor for the Generals, as Cody Shively with a long three. Wow, long three for Cody. That's his third three of the fourth quarter. 3 seconds left. Wayne doesn't even have to get into the front court. The Knights will shut down their defense, and that'll be the final. Wayne 56, Norwell 47. We'll take a break and be back with your post-game show after these words.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for three by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928 or in Bern at 589-2077.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Bloomin' Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Bloomin' Boutique.
Troxel Equipment offers a full line of John Deere equipment. Troxel Equipment features a large inventory of all makes and models of pre-owned equipment that has been well maintained and ready for service. Most of Troxel's pre-owned equipment was traded in from owner-operators. Be sure to ask about our certified pre-owned units. Troxel Equipment has the ability to customize your financing, lease, or installment contracts to meet your cash flow needs. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bluffton, Huntington, or Wabash, or check out our website for our inventory of new and pre-owned equipment. Troxel Equipment, the dealership you can trust.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair with our specialty being restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, prong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe in the American dream of owning a home. Having a space you can call your own. In fact, we've helped people realize that dream for over 125 years. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, refinance an existing loan, or move into something a little bigger, we believe our lending experts have the local knowledge and experience to help make your dream a reality. Apply online at firstbankofbern.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric strives to be your total service provider. Their licensed technicians can handle all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, and now offers duct cleaning. No job is too small or too large for their service professionals. From electrical repairs, water heater replacements, sewer and drain cleaning, well repair, and remodel jobs. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, located behind Lowe's on Commerce Drive in Bluffton, 888-824-3332. That's 824-3332.
Are you looking for a new dental home, or maybe you've suffered a dental sports-related injury? Contact Dr. Laura Kukulhan and her caring staff. They can help you with your general and emergency dental needs. Dr. Laura Kukulhan and her staff provide a wide variety of services such as fillings, crowns, veneers, bridges, bleaching, dentures, athletic mouth guards, and much more. Dr. Kukulhan's office is located at 1133 North Main Street in Bluffton. Call today at 824-3100 for an appointment with Dr. Laura Kukulhan.
Dr. Laura Kukulhan is a provider for Delta Dental and Aetna insurances. She is also accepting Care Credit. Dr. Kukulhan and her staff will make you feel at home.
Yeah, welcome back to the Castle. We're wrapping things up here from Norwell. Wayne taking this one this afternoon, 56-47, in a game that was completely controlled by Wayne from the opening tip. And Norwell falls to 11-7. Wayne improves to 7-9 as they continue their strive for excellence in the SAC, which is, we've mentioned several times this evening, a very tough conference to win in Norwell, looking for their footing after losing 2 in a row.
Yeah, Coach McBride thought he might have some trouble with this Wayne General team tonight. Didn't need to score 70, but didn't expect 20 turnovers either, right. I don't expect. As the Knights able to put up 47 points, and 21 of them were very late in this basketball game. In the fourth quarter, they scored 21. Cody Shively put up 12 of his 16 points late, mostly on the strength of three-pointers in that fourth quarter. We'll talk more about that in a second. Let's talk about the Wayne General stats. Overall, the Generals 43% from the field. They were 21 of 49. 29% from beyond the arc at 4 of 14, and 63% from the free throw line at 10 of 16. They also committed 12 turnovers. Several of them were late, as they only committed 4 turnovers in the first half. Leading the way for the Generals, each with 16 points, Craig Young and Kylan Giroux. Craig Young did not play a whole lot in that fourth quarter, neither did Giroux for that matter. Anthony Phillips and Demaria Dial each with 7. Darian Causey had 6. And Deontay Causey and Darius Alexander each had 2 for a total of 56. For your Knights, Excellent shooting percentages from the field, Derek. 16 to 32 from the field at 50%. Biggest issue with that, though, is that was 17 shots less than the Wayne Generals took. They were also 5 of 10 from beyond the arc and 10 of 16 from the free throw line as well as the Generals were. And we'll get to the rest of the stats in just a moment as we're joined now by head coach Mike McBride. And Coach, I talked about the fact here as we started the post-game show that when we spoke last Saturday, you thought you might have to score 70 to beat this Wayne General team.
We didn't quite reach that point today, did we?
No.
Oh, you know.
But I can see why you thought that for sure.
Listen, and we can't turn it over the way we're turning it over. Coach Dugan had us for 21.
I had you for 20.
So so you guys are pretty close, and I mean, and it's like some of it's just basic. It's travels again.
Yeah.
We're back to some of those things, and you know, and I know you haven't seen every game, but when we played Maryville, we had a lot of the same issues. When we played New Haven, we had a lot of the same issues. Now we play Wayne, we have a lot of the same issues. When we're playing the quicker, more athletic teams, and they're quicker and they're more athletic than us, and we are struggling with that, and we've got to figure out how to be better. I actually thought we didn't turn it over as much against the press.
Yes, exactly.
We changed some things on our press offense, which I thought we had a lot better movement, and we're able to break the press better. But then it was the decisions after getting it into the half court. But again, it's, you know, like we come out to start the third quarter, and Cole's attacking the basket, which is what we wanted to do from the get-go. Yeah. We felt that if Cole and Will could attack the basket, and Will had a rough day today. I just thought that Young, just whatever reason, caused problems for Will, and he seemed unsure of himself. And you know, I mean, he's still a freshman, so we try to remember that. But you know, but Cole did not come out the start of the game. If Cole comes out the start of the game, the way he comes out the start of the third quarter,
it's a different game.
It certainly could be a different game. Yes, I agree. You know, I mean, we have 14 points and 11 turnovers at halftime.
Right.
I mean, and I just told, and I know it ends up being 9, and I think you were here. It wasn't a 9-point game.
No.
I mean, it was 20. I mean, we get it down to 9. I think the other thing was we did not do a very good job of making sure Cody got looks.
Yes.
He only shot 2 times the entire first half is what we had. And again, I think, and it's not, and when I make that statement, it's not that we don't want other guys to shoot. We just got to make sure that we get him some looks because he's our leading scorer. He's been one of our top players all year. And the second half, he got some more looks there, but it's a little too late then. I mean, just the way it played out. But
I had him. He only took 9 shots today.
Yeah, and again, and
scored 16 points.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And you know, we got our guys on the floor got to have a better understanding of that. And it's not something, you know, it's something that's been that way all year. So now all of a sudden we just got to make sure that we recognize that. I mean, and again, it's not like anybody's doing anything wrong. We just got to make sure, okay, well, we might have to make an extra pass here to see if we can't get him that opportunity. But their pressure caused us issues. You know, actually, I thought our 2-3 zone was not that bad. I did not feel that bad about what our 2-3 zone did.
They knocked down some shots against them.
Right, and we knew those guys. We knew 11 and 1 were the guys, and they were the guys that hit most of the jumpers today. But we turned it over way too many times.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing, and we've got to figure out how to fix that, or at least how to minimize that. Right. And the travels are frustrating because there's just no reason for them.
Yeah. I only had you for 1, maybe 2 turnovers in the backcourt, depending on how you count that 10-second.
Yeah,
you know, we were getting the ball into the front court.
It was, and I agree. That's what I'm saying. We made an adjustment on our press offense, and I thought it was very effective.
Yeah.
But it was when we were in the front court, we had issues. Like there were times we had to just throw a bounce pass, and we're going to get a layup. Instead, we try to throw it. We try to throw an air pass, I call it, and it gets deflected. And where we would drive it, and we needed to stop. We tried to 1-2 step stop instead of just coming to jump stop, being strong. I mean, and when if you're real athletic, you can do some things, you know.
Sure.
But we got to be a little bit more fundamental with that. I feel like I mean, and we wanted to attack the pressure. We just didn't do it until the second half, and then it's too late. We kind of dug a hole, so we got to get a little better with that. And we'll take it. We'll try to learn from it. I mean, at least I felt like in this game, as compared to New Haven, we got the ball into the front court. Where at New Haven, we didn't even get it in the front court for a while. Same with Maryville. I felt like today we did it. Now it's just trying to
put the rest
put the rest together. You're right.
Yep. Well, you're off till Friday night. Another big conference game at home here against Huntington North. And I know that, of course, the player I know the best off that team is Hunter Hollowell.
Yeah.
Very good player, but they're a really solid basketball team.
They're really good. I think they've lost 5 games, but it's been to Carroll and Maryville and Valparaiso and Warsaw and Homestead.
Yep.
So you want to count who they've lost to, and like even this Wayne team. You look at who they played.
Oh,
they played an incredible schedule.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And again, I'm sitting here and I'm watching the girls last night play Belmont, and I'm thinking of our girls' schedule and how tough it was.
Yeah.
And then Belmont did not play the schedule.
And it showed last night.
And so we've got to have this schedule to get us ready for the tournament, and we just got to figure out how to work through it. But no, it's we'll bounce back. We'll be ready. We'll practice hard. We'll get after it, and we'll get ready. But they're very good, and it's going to be a difficult game, but exciting for us. It's going to be a Friday night game at home, which means it should be a big crowd.
Yep.
Should be a lot of fun, and I think that hopefully will feed off that. And we've been really pretty good at home. I think that's our second loss at home this year today, and hopefully we can bounce back and get that one.
Well, Coach, best of luck on Friday night.
All right,
we'll see you then.
Thanks,
Coach. Head coach Mike McBride joining us here in the press area. We'll finish out those stats for the Knights. As Coach mentioned, we had them for 20 turnovers. The bench had them for 21. Big issue for the Knights today. Leading the way in scoring was Cody Shively with 16, and he picked up 12 of those points in the fourth quarter. Also in double figures, Cole Wilson, 14 points, 13 of them in the second half, and he didn't play much of the fourth quarter as he fouled out with about 5 minutes left, I believe. Will Geiger had 8 points, but it was not a good day for Will. You can't expect a freshman to come out and lead your team. He was 4 of 12 from the field, and I think he was just a little bit intimidated inside today. Still a good job, pulled down a lot of rebounds as well. James Smith had 3 points, and Luke Zettis, he had 4. Luke hitting a 3 early on for the Knights, and then Brandon Nicholson also chipped in with 2. That does it for the stats. Derek, we need to name a player of the game. Your thoughts?
Well, for me, it's Cole Wilson.
Yeah.
He fouled out, but he was the spark in the third quarter for the Knights, took the ball, finally started playing aggressive. It's something that the Knights were playing a little tentative in the first half, and he kind of exploded to the rim a couple times, got an and-one situation. It was nice to see Cole do that. Unfortunately, he fouled out and kind of lost that in the fourth quarter, but I'm going with Cole Wilson.
I'm with you 100%. I mean, the Knights scored a total of 12 points in the third quarter. Cole Wilson had 10 of them.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't think there's any question without Cole coming out of the locker room hot in the third quarter there for the Knights, this game would have been long gone and a big blowout for the Wayne Generals. As it stands, Wayne comes away with a 9-point win. Derek, we got more work this evening. 7:30, probably about 7:15 we'll be on the air for the sectional championship here, sectional 23 at the Castle. The Knights taking on a much improved Columbia City girls team, and it should be a barn burner tonight.
Well, they are feisty, and they're looking for lots of revenge. They don't like Norwell very much, and they haven't beaten them since 2006, so they're looking for some big sectional action. Knights have won 6 in a row, looking for number 7. If they win, they'll be playing quite potentially their toughest team of the year against Heritage Christian up on Columbia City next Saturday. But if they don't win, it'll still be, I think it'll be an up-and-down season. Coach Thornton has had a lot of up and downs, a lot of valleys, a lot of peaks over the course of this season. But as we've come to know, this Norwell team is a great tournament team and has been for a lot of years.
Yeah, they sure have. They were very tough last night against a Belmont team who had only lost 4 games going into it last night. And Norwell stepped up. We hope they do again tonight. But regardless of what happens, we'll have it for you on wellscountyvoice.com. If you can make it out to the game, we'd rather see you here, but we'll be here for you if not. One last time, your final this afternoon, it's Wayne 56, Norwell 47. For Derek Decker, this is Greg Van Meter saying, see you soon.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So long, everybody. The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.
Well, see, I'm just